Hey y'all, my name is Jennifer with True to You Yoga, and thank you so much for joining me today for your yoga flow. Today we are going to be working on lengthening and strengthening our inner thighs. It's kind of a weak area for most of us, so we're going to work on that some. This is Nutmeg. She decided to join us today and make, my mat seem extremely small. Let's go ahead and come to child's pose. So your knees are going to be as wide as your mat and your big toes are touching. Release your upper body down towards your mat, your bottom towards your heels. Your head can come down to the floor if that's comfortable for you. If not, you can always grab a block for underneath of your forehead or underneath of your chest. Relax down into that pose. You can wiggle your legs around to wherever works for you, so then you have room for your torso. Let's take a big inhale through our nose. Exhale out our mouth, HA. Another big inhale through our nose. Exhale out all of the tensions of the day, HA. Begin to go ahead and seal your lips and bring your inhales and exhales through your nostrils. With each inhale, feel the breath go down into your hips, your lower abdomen and pelvic area, up into your upper abs, your chest, your lungs and your chest and your torso area by your shoulder girdle. And then with every exhale, feel all of that air release out and everything just kind of collapse in. Inhale, expanding everything out like there's a big balloon in there. Exhale and release that air. Let the balloon shrivel back down. Continue doing this on your own for a few more rounds. Think about relaxing into your hips. Reach those arms long now and then walk them off to the left side of your mat. So your left hand is on the floor. Place your right hand on top of it and then set back. So then you're kind of pushing your right booty cheek towards your right heel. And feel that stretch all the way down your side. And it's also going to help open up your left inner thigh area. Keep those breaths going, filling up your lungs. Slowly begin to walk your hands over to the other side. So your right hand is on the edge of your mat. Your left hand is on top of it. And then push that left booty cheek over towards your left heel. Feeling that stretch down the left side of your body and in your right inner thigh. Every inhale, expand throughout your chest and your low back. Walk your hands back to center. One more inhale and exhale here, sinking even deeper into the pose. On your next exhale, slowly start to walk your hands in so you are sitting up on your heels. Nice tall spine. Shake it out a little bit. If you need to, put a block under here or move, that's fine. Inhale, arms up overhead, and then exhale, bring your palms down to your mat and lean forward for your tabletop. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your fingers are clawing down into your mat, your knees are underneath of your hips, your belly is pulled up, so your belly button's towards your spine, your neck is long, so your gaze is down at your mat. Inhale, dropping your belly, opening up through your chest, pointing it, shining it forward. Neck is long. Exhale, push away from the floor, rounding your back, tucking your tailbone down towards the mat. Head is dangling. Inhale, bring it back to your cow position. Nice arch. Keep things engaged though so you're not dumping into the pose. Exhale, push away from that mat, rounding your back. Push, 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 push. Inhale to your flat back. Go ahead and kind of rock side to side with your hips. Shifting your body weight to your right knee, then your left knee. Find that stillness, and this time wag your tail. So you're kind of doing like an oblique crunch. Right hip kind of towards your right shoulder, left hip towards your left shoulder. Wiggle it out a little bit. Find that stillness. Tuck your toes. Push your bottom up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet behind you for your down dog. Fingers are clawing the mat, so you're lifting up out of your wrists when you do this. Your elbows are rotated, so the eye of your elbow, the bend, is towards the front of your mat. This helps lock your shoulder blades into place, giving you a little bit more stability. Your neck is long. You're not cranking it to look towards the top of your mat or anything. Your gaze is more towards your feet. Your back is long. Your belly button is pulled up towards your spine. Your tailbone is flipped just a tiny bit. Legs are engaged. Inner thighs are spiraling. Glutes are engaged. You can pedal out your feet a little bit. Find a little movement. Shift your weight side to side. Whatever feels good to you. Finding some stillness now. Inhale, let's lift our right heel up towards the ceiling as much as is comfortable for you today. Exhale, step or carry your right foot towards the front of your mat, placing it smack in the middle. Drop your left heel down towards the mat, so your left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Your right heel is intersecting your left instep. Your next inhale, cartwheel your arms up, keeping your right knee bent. Arms are at a T for your warrior two. You can bend that knee as much as you want. Your knee is pushed out to the side, your right knee is, so it's kind of in between the second and third toes. You're lifting up tall out of your hips and not trying to run away. Pushing down into your mat with your left outer foot, and then that's going to help rotate your inner thigh and engage all of those muscles along there. Inhale, let's straighten our right leg, arms up overhead. Take your right toes up off the mat and then spin them so they are towards the right corner of your mat. Your left toes are going to go towards the left corner of your mat. Scoot a little more in the middle for you. Nice tall stance. Like I'm pulling you up. There's a string pulling you up towards the ceiling. Inhale, those arms up overhead. Exhale, bend your knees. Sink down into your goddess or horse stance or a plie squat, whatever you would like to call it today. Cactus those arms and engage your lats all the way through your lats and your upper back. You should be feeling that. Abs are still pulled in. Keep your weight balanced and not shifting forward or backwards. Inhale, arms up overhead. Turn your toes so they're kind of in just a little bit. Exhale, bending at your waist. Let's forward fold into a wide stance. Forward fold. If you'd like a block underneath your hands, that's fine. Or under your head, you can just hang. You can use your arms to support you more. Engage all of your leg muscles. Think about if there was a beach ball between your inner thighs and we're squeezing that. We want to hold it in place. You're going to feel the lengthening and the strengthening throughout your hamstrings, your inner and outer thighs. You're even going to feel muscles in your feet as it holds you in this balance pose. So we want to make sure we shift our weight so then our bottom is in line with our heels instead of our bottom being behind our heels. Inhale, flat back. Take your right hand. Exhale, and then take that right hand and trace a line from the floor and your left wrist all the way up towards the ceiling, opening up to the side of your mat. This twist should be coming from your upper back. So your hips should still, bless you, baby. Your hips should still be parallel. Like if I wanted to put a cup of water on there, you wouldn't be knocking it off. And keep filling that belly up with air. Exhale, hand down to the ground. Give a little inhale and exhale here, and then we're going to do the other side. So your right hand is on the floor. Inhale, drawing that line up your right arm, across your chest, with your left hand up towards the ceiling. Again, think about that twist being in your upper back, and that glass of water is on your tailbone. Your gaze can be going more towards the ceiling, to the side, to the floor. Exhale, left hand back down to the floor. Inhale, exhale, just breathe for a minute. Hands to your hips, and lift your torso up, standing tall. Before we even move, give your legs a little shake, shake, shake. Right foot, we're going to turn it towards the front of the mat. Sink back into your warrior two, arms out. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to your mat, and then step your right foot back into your plank pose. We're going to do a nice strong plank here, gripping the floor with your fingers, belly's pulled up. Your next inhale, shift your weight forward over your hands. And then exhale, just go back to normal. You can drop down to your knees for this if you'd like. Inhale, shift that weight forward. Exhale, back to your regular plank. One more time, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, back to your regular plank. Big inhale here. Exhale, push that bottom back up towards the ceiling, wall meet. Find your down dog. In that plank, whenever we were doing those rocking forward and backward, that forward rock is what you would do before chaturanga. It's just to help prep you, to help you, find that comfort in doing that motion, that weight distribution. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step or carry that left foot between your hands. Drop your right heel down. So again, your right foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Your left heel intersects that right instep. Inhale, lifting your torso up, cartwheeling those arms to your warrior two. Your knee is between your second and third toe of your left leg. Right outer foot is pushed into the floor, engaging all those muscles, spinning your left inner thigh back. Your left knee can be bent as much as you want here. Abs are pulled in, nice and tall. Gaze is forward. Inhale, straighten that left leg, and toes then are pointing out towards the edges of your mat. Going back into that plie squat. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Bring your hands into your goalpost arms. We're sinking down into our goddess plie, horse stance, whatever you want to call it. Finding that strength in our legs, the stretch in our inner thighs. You can place your hands on your thighs. So kind of above your kneecap area, not all the way down. And then drop your right shoulder a little, drop your left shoulder a little. Just shift your weight, pushing against as you straighten your right arm, you're kind of pushing out with your right knee, on your right knee. Only do this if it's comfortable for your knees. We're just trying to work a little bit more stretch into our inner thighs. And then inhale, let's stand back up, straightening those legs, reaching our hands up overhead. Turn your toes again, so they're kind of turned in some. Exhale, bending at your waist, forward fold. Shift that weight again so it's more in your toes, and you don't have your bottom way behind. Bottom's in line with your heels then. We're going to bend our right knee. and sink into that side. So then we're giving a nice stretch on our left side. Then walk our hands across, bending our left knee, stretching into our right thigh, inner thigh. You can just walk back and forth. If your heel pops up off the ground, that's fine. Think as low as is comfortable. Come back to your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your hips, standing all the way up. Left foot is going to spin, so it's towards the top of your mat, and you're back in your warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to your mat. Step your left foot back. We're in this plank pose again, everybody's favorite pose. We're going to do those rocks. So inhale, shifting your weight forward into more of your fingertips, onto your toes. Exhale, back to your plank. Inhale, shift that weight forward. Keep your belly pulled up, booty's engaged. Exhale, back to your regular plank. One more time. Inhale, shift that weight forward. Everything's engaged. Squeeze, 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 squeeze it. Exhale, back to your plank. Inhale and exhale, push those hips up towards the sky. One last time. Let's do a wide-legged down dog though this time. So your toes are on the floor, right on the outside of your mat. Still pushing into the floor with your hands. Think about pushing that bottom up towards the sky. Nice long back. Belly button's pulled in. Slow your heart rate. Bend your knees, bring them down to the floor, and then spin around so you are on your bottom. Bring your legs out long in front of you, and then we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. Like we did the wide-legged forward fold standing, we're going to do it seated now. So your legs can be the distance that's comfortable for you. If it's more forward, if it's more out, if it's way out here, that's fine. We're all different. We all have different flexibility to begin with, just the way we're made. And then we can work on that flexibility. Don't ever get discouraged by looking at where you are and where someone else is. It's okay. You were created differently. So nice length through your spine, lifting up out of your hips. So if you want, you can kind of push into the ground and lift your bottom up to find that length, and then lower your bottom back down to the ground. Inhale, arms up overhead. Flex those feet so your toes are pointed up towards the sky and your quads are engaged. Exhale, let's turn our torso towards our right leg, and then slowly bring your hands down to the mat and tip forward from your waist. Your head is in line with your spine, so think about tipping your chin down a little bit. And we're thinking our chest towards our knee instead of our head. So we keep a long back, glide those shoulder blades down your spine, pull your abs in, and breathe. Inhale, let's walk back up to seated. Shake out just a little bit, roll your neck. Your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, turn your torso towards your left leg and bring those hands down to your mat. Kind of walk forward, whatever is comfortable for you. Nice long spine again. Pulling your abs in. Neck is in line with your spine, so think of dipping your chin some. Your legs are still engaged. There's a lot going on here. Keep your right booty cheek on the floor. If you need to, think about pushing your right, take your right hand and place it in that crease of your leg hip area there, and push down to help keep it on the floor if you need to. Inhale, sit back up straight. Exhale, and kind of shake out your neck a little. Got some snap, crackle, and popping going on. Inhale, arms up overhead, and then exhale, bring your hands down, right in front of you. We're going to start to walk forward some. Again, we are just folding at our waist and keeping our back long. Your shoulder blades are gliding down your spine. Your head is in line with your spine. So maybe take your chin and dip it a little bit. I always have to dip it more than what I think I need to dip it. Toes are still flexed and pointing up towards the ceiling. Quads are engaged. Think about making sure that your knees are pointed up towards the ceiling or back just a little bit and they're not collapsing in. Your tailbone does kind of a little bit of a flippy thing in the back. Inhale, walk your hands back in. Give a little exhale. Roll your neck out some. Bend your knees, bring your legs together, and we're going to swing around. Feet are on your mat. Hands are behind your thighs, and we're just going to engage our abs and walk our way down, however you need to, onto your back. We have one more pose to help with our inner thighs for their strength and their stretch. So lengthen your left leg onto the floor. Take your right knee and bring it into your chest. Flex your left toes so then that all those left leg muscles are engaged. Straighten your right leg so it's like you're wanting to step onto the ceiling. Your knee can be bent if you need it to be, that's fine. And just kind of gently pull it towards you. If you would like to use a strap and wrap the strap around the back and hold onto it, you can, or tie a belt, scarf, whatever. And you can always just have it holding there without actually holding onto it with anything, but just have your leg there. That's going to help with a lot of strength and stability. By pulling on it, you're going to help with the flexibility. Bend your knee and give that leg another hug. Take your right knee and kind of drop it out towards the right side of your mat. We're going to keep our knee bent just so then we aren't putting a lot of pressure on our knee today. Take your left hand and place it on your left hip point to make sure you're keeping the left side of your pelvis on the floor and you're not letting it rock up. Use your right hand to help support that right leg and take any pressure off. But you should be feeling a nice stretch on your right inner thigh. If you don't dump all of your weight into your right hand of your leg, then you're also going to feel the strength in that. Exhale, and let's bring that knee back in, give it a good squeeze, and we'll switch legs. So your right leg is long on the mat, right toes are flexed up towards the ceiling. You're giving that left leg a big hug into your chest, and then straighten your left leg so your foot is like if you're trying to push the ceiling away. Your knee can be bent as much as possible. And then you can play with holding on to behind your hamstring and giving it some stretch, or letting go and feeling the strength of having to hold it there without any support. You can kind of alternate between the two. You can do one or the other. Bring that right knee in, giving it a squeeze. And then we're going to drop that knee open again like if it was a book. Your left knee is dropping out to the left side. Your right hand is helping to support it. Or your left hand is helping to support it, sorry. Your right hand is going to go on your right hip to help hold it down. And then feel that stretch on your inner thigh. You can take some of the weight off of your hand with that leg, and you're going to feel the strength. exhale, let's bring that knee back in, give it another squeeze. Bring your right knee in, big hugs, flex your feet. Put your feet up like you're gonna step on the ceiling, but keep your knees bent. Your hands can go behind your thighs. They can go on your calves. They can go on the outsides of your feet, whatever is comfortable. And think about pulling your legs down towards the mat, flattening your back completely on your mat. Your feet are like they're trying to step onto the floor or onto the ceiling like it's the floor. Tailbone is long. Stretching out those inner thighs one more time. Release, give those knees another hug, and then feet to the floor. Walk them out for Shavasana, get nice and cozy, however you would like. You can either do a regular Shavasana, you can put something underneath of your knees, you can do it knock-kneed and a restorative kind of Shavasana pose. Whatever works for you today. Shoulder blades are going to glide down your back. Hands out to your side, palms are up. Feel yourself sink into the mat. Your mat is there to support you. Just relax. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms up overhead for a big good morning stretch. Bend your knees and roll over onto your side, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Thank yourself for showing up, for working a part of your body that doesn't get near as much attention as it should. Your inner thighs play a big role in everything that you do, but it's not a part of our body we usually pay a bunch of attention to stretch and strengthen it. And that is exactly what we did today. Your next exhale, push yourself up to easy seat, crisscross applesauce, or whatever is comfortable for you. Nice tall spine. You can roll out your neck a little bit. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I would love it if you would like or subscribe to the channel so that it really helps with the algorithms on YouTube. If you have any questions, please drop them below, or if there's something in particular you're looking for. May you always stay true in your intentions, true to your heart's desire, and speak loving truth to those around you. Love ya.